So we'll continue with the pump running at 1200 RPM with a 0.5 input gear ratio, operating at 98%. But then let's also add in, let's put a 2 output gearbox ratio, which will immediately change to 98% again. And then let's leave it at 5,000 PSI, 800 foot-pounds, and let's change our RPM. Let's speed that up a little bit to 900 RPM. Now you see in this case, we're running a P7 Gold Cup pump with an M7 Gold Cup motor. The pumps, although it's 1200 RPM prime mover speed, the pump's running at 2400 RPM, and the pressure, the operating pressure required to obtain the torque that we need is of the 800 foot-pounds is the 4,468 PSI. So you can play with things in the program and say, hey, you know what, if I were to actually want a little bit more torque, let's see if I want 830, can it do it? Oh yeah, it's still 4636 PSI. You can keep cranking that up, and let's say we go up to 895. Oh, we're at 4,999 PSI. Our maximum operating system pressure is 5,000. So if we were to go a slight bit more, some type of an error is going to happen, or something should happen, right? So let's go ahead and bump that up by one more, 896. And you can see, oh, the pressure dropped to 4535 PSI. But looking to see what happened. Now we have a P7 with an M8, an 8 cubic inch motor instead of the M7 that was in there previously. So once we exceeded the 5,000 PSI, it said, hey, your best fit motor is go to a next larger size motor, drop your pressure back down, and you could continue doing this if you wanted to increase that back up to 930. You can see how the pressure is starting to rise. It'll continue to rise until you get to a point where you jump into a bigger motor size in order to be able to do the job. So it's just a little example of how you can go in here and play with the values to be able to see what different types of combinations you get. Also, there may be an advantage to staying with a particular frame size, or maybe not jumping into the next frame size just from a cost standpoint. So there's lots of things you can do with changing, adding gearboxes, taking them away, whether it's on the input side or on the output side. Just lots of different flexibility here that gives you different types of best solution for the pump and the motor. So let's try another example now, where we're going to look at where we get an error symbol or an error at the bottom of the page, and you'll see we can go to our help screen and find out how we resolve that.